powerful to see God working through me even though I'm so young. Sometimes we think that we're too young and we need to wait till we're adults, but to see God working through me and giving me the strength to translate everything and just keeping me centered was amazing.
Going into the trip, I didn't expect God to use me as much as He did.
We went to Mexico to build 2 houses for these 2 families who were living in shacks before. We also got to go and do a VBS for Elias Church and got to go visit a men's rehab center and play sports with them.
So one of the things that impacted me on this trip was the relationships that we built within the team members, just coming together for one purpose and just really being in the same mindset showed me that if we all come together, powerful things can happen and we can all do something great for God.
I find that kids, when they step outside of what is comfortable to them and what's normal to them, and when they leave their cell phone aside and leave the social media aside, you really find out your identity, and God speaks to kids on these trips about who they are and what He's called them to do.
One of the things that I find really neat is every year when the kids apply to come on these trips, they have to raise their own funds. And many of them will go and get a job to be able to raise the funds to be participating in these trips.
One of the boundaries of this trip was the finances, and I ended up having to get a job in order to raise the money to go on the trip.
One of the hardest things for a student to be able to get to Mexico is the expenses.
Something that really helped me were my family and the church, who helped pay off some of my finances so I wouldn't have to work as much. If you know someone who's thinking of going on this missions trip, I really encourage you to support them, either through finances or even prayer.
I just encourage you, if there's any way that you could support them financially. You're not just sending a kid on a trip. We really believe that lives change as a result of this. You're investing in the heart of that kid, and you're investing in the vision of missions at RCA.
And I encourage you to consider praying for these kids as they step out in faith and go on these trips, and not only prayerfully support them, but if you would also consider financially supporting them, helping them to raise the funds they need for their trip.